You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up?
Hello everyone, so lovely to see you all. Narelle Warcon here from Mackay, Queensland, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Wow, what a week, hey? Hi Jean, lovely to see you. Thank you for your support. Kenton coming in from New Zealand, and M. Kaylee, I think I saw you say hello to her also, Kenton. Thank you so much for being here today. Today we have a little bit of a mix-up. But that's okay, because that's what life is all about. So I'm Narelle Warcon, coming to you from Mackay, Queensland, Australia, on Who, What, Where Wednesday, and I am so honoured to have you all here. Like I said, it's been a really big week for me. I've been away to Bundaberg, an 8.5-hour train trip with my son. We went down to be a part of Miss Mimi's fundraiser that their family, their mum and dad, raise funds. Well, it's their main fundraiser for the year. Throughout the year, there are people who help with donations. They are called Mimi's Mates, and they donate every week out of their pay packet. Just a small amount, but you know, all small amounts do add up, and it is very special that they have such a wonderful community, family around them, and Christian people as well, that they have that support. You know, when you have a child who has a disability, it really does take a tribe to help raise them. It does take many people, and we're so blessed and honoured to be able to help in whatever way we can. So thank you for being here. Hello, Parbat, lovely to see you. Kenton's in from New Zealand. I'm going to read a little the names of the people who have donated, not what you gave, because I think that's very private. We do have a message coming in from Rod and Renee just after I go through this, but I want to say that you know their fundraiser, honestly, I think they were even shocked this year, and I will come back to that very shortly. And come over to Rod and Renee shortly. But I want to say a big thank you to everyone for your support. And I do have a list here. I put up a GoFundMe account. I set it up usually every year to help with some form of fundraising from people that have not even met Miss Mimi but know her through me. One of my reasons to come into ONPASSIVE was because of Miss Mimi, was because of the platform Obless. I will go into that a little bit later on as well. But Mimi was my main reason for coming into ONPASSIVE, and also for the fact that, you know, it may help her, well, not may, but it will help her to eventually get to America to have the surgery she needs, which is costs over $100,000 just for the surgery alone, and that's only done in the USA. So I want to do this shout out to all of you people. If you're here or not here or listening to this a bit later, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you from the Howard family. So Ruth Tomlinson, she comes in from Norway. Thank you so much, Ruth, for your donation. Kenton Patterson from New Zealand. Kenton, thank you so much for your support. Over the years, many people have seen different things that I've showed of Mimi, either on my Facebook page or through different webinars that we used to hold. Mimi is 12. She turned 12 back in July, and she has come a long way. It's, I think, 9 years now that they've been going to treatment in Sydney to a place called Napa, which is a US-run company. So it is very expensive. Gillian Hanna from Australia, thank you so much, Gillian. Gina Lever from the USA, who supports not only just for Mimi, but supports me each and every week by coming up here on my live early in the mornings. But she knows that I do the same for anybody out there. So we really are a very supportive ONPASSIVE family. Manu Miller from the US, Tonya and Steve Hannard from the US, Robert Flowers, a dear friend of mine just up the road from me from Australia, Pat Parent from Canada, Judy Reese from Canada, and also Erica Jambui from Northern Territory in Australia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It means so much to Mimi, to her parents, and also for me as Aunty Narelle, or as a lot call her me, Aunty Rel. She is an amazing young lady, Jean, and you know, you can just imagine, if I can just take you there for a moment, that you're born with a handicap that you can't do much about as such, you know, and there's so many out there that are born with different disabilities, and, or, you know, in the sense that there are, you know, you're not able to move your body as your body should, and you see your family, your sisters, hello Glenda, lovely to see you, family, you see your brothers, sisters moving around freely, and you're stuck within a body that doesn't want to do what other bodies do, you know. So it's not only just a sense of, you know, doing the treatments and having, you know, those sort of motivations, I suppose, or people around you that support you. It is something that you yourself have to live with. And as Mimi grows older into now teenage years, soon, her mum did say that those teenage years are definitely starting to show. It is something that you have to adapt your life to. Yes, you haven't known it any different, but there will be things that come up for Mimi in the future about whether or not, you know, she wants to, her big goal is running a race against her dad one day, you know, and winning that race. And that's a very special goal for Mimi and for her dad, because her dad does physical education as a teacher in the school, the Christian school where Mimi goes. And, you know, it's one of those things. I've had disabilities in my life, and they set you back, and they set you back in a way that you may not be able to think, I can't do that, or how come I'm not like that person. You know, I was born with some things that you can't see outwardly, but inwardly it wasn't a easy thing for me to be able to have children, and it took many operations and things like that, finding out that I only had half a uterus. You know, I'm not going to go into that right now, but there's certain things in our lives that we have, those things that can hold us back. One of the biggest things I find with Mimi is that, and I may get a little emotional here, I'm going to try not to. The thing I find with Mimi is her resilience, her strength, her joy, her smile. You know, that she keeps getting up every day. And does she have bad days? Absolutely. We all do, right? we all have crappy days where we just don't want to get out of bed, or we don't feel like doing this, or we don't even want to talk to the world, right? We just want to stay within the safety of our own little, um, you know, bubble, I suppose, if you want to call it that. And I'm like that myself, because I suffer anxiety, and anxiety can come on out of nowhere. All know, if you don't know, I'm doing the carnivore way of eating, and it has changed my life literally in many ways. But ONPASSIVE changed my life in many ways. If I did not have ONPASSIVE, I wouldn't know each and every one of you, and I am so honored to call you my friends. As you can see, like I said, Mimi is 12. We've had a special relationship right from birth. I had very premature babies, and you can relate in certain different ways. You can still donate to Miss Mimi's fundraiser, which I have on GoFundMe. Some have opted to send donations through my PayPal account as well. So reach out if you do still want to donate towards Mimi's fundraiser. This year, the funds that they raised with the big fundraiser is going towards a special wheelchair for Mimi and a special walking frame. As you know, as children grow bigger, it's like, anyone with a child, your child grows, you need new shoes, you need new clothes, you need new everything. With Mimi, she needs special new equipment, and those are electric wheelchair, and they do not come in cheap, and especially because a lot of these things are made to order for that particular person. I know in the Olympic Games, in the Paralympics, you see them playing basketball or tennis, and those little wheelchairs are made particularly for that person's body. So when you have something that is made for you, to fit for you, then you know that it's going to cost extra money. It's not just going out and buying a wheelchair at the shop. So those expenses come in hard and fast. I'm just trying to read a couple of messages first. We will go over to a special message today, and then I want to come back and speak a little bit more about Mimi and Obless and things like that. So today, Rod and Renee Howard, Mimi's mum and dad, were going to come on and be a part of our live stream today. However, something has happened and within their family, and we need to just understand that sometimes things change. But they did send in a recording. Now, they both work very hard. They've just come out of almost a full year of being able to prepare this. 200 people attended Mimi's fundraiser on last Saturday evening. The preparation for that, to go out and get donations, to ask people to donate so that they can auction off. It's a big 2-course dinner, and then they have a special auction, which is big prizes donated: holidays, weekends, golfing weekends, signed jersey, football jerseys, that sort of thing. So the big donations are the main part of it. And then we have what they call silent auctions, which are things that people can bid on. They write on a piece of paper. And this year we had about 75, 80 raffles. So just, the amount of time that goes into putting them all together. So we actually do that as aunties. Myself and my 5 sisters do a lot during the year about, looking for things that have been reduced and special, and, so that we can put together a beautiful raffle. And over 70, I think it was nearly 80 raffles this year, and they're probably valued anywhere between $30 to $50 each. So that is a huge thing, and 80 of them. So there were some very happy people on the night. I did win one of the raffles, and I also won the $100 note, because they have a special where you buy a number into a $100 note, and I won one of them. And that was really surprising. If you know me on Facebook, you would have seen I did put up a picture of my joy in winning that $100 note. It meant a lot to me. So I'm going to scoot over now and get that video, and I'm going to bring it up. Please watch carefully, and please enjoy Rod and Renee, my niece, and her husband, Mimi's mum and dad, as they share with us tonight.
Hi everyone, my name's Rod and this is Renee and we are the Howards, and we wanted to take this opportunity to explain a little bit about our daughter Mimi and our fundraising efforts that would help her with her condition that she has. So 9 years ago, when we held our very first fundraising dinner, we could never have imagined what we would have achieved by this time now. Together over the years, we've raised over $150,000, an achievement that leaves our family really humbled and very grateful to everyone. Each dollar that we've raised has helped us to maintain the essential therapy that Mimi needs, and helps her to maintain her strength, flexibility, mobility and independence. But our fundraising efforts aren't just about raising money or funds for Mimi. It's more about sharing our journey as a family, and more importantly as parents to an extraordinary young girl who continues to teach us every day about the resilience, joy and love that she has.
Our Mimi is the heartbeat of our family. She is smart, quick-witted and has a smile that could light up the darkest room. When we look at her, we see not just the challenges she faces, but the limitless potential she holds. As her mum and dad, we are her strongest, her biggest cheerleaders, her fiercest advocates and the proudest parents alive. We want her to dream big, to reach for the stars and to live a life as full and as rich as anyone else's.
Of course, there's really hard days that we go through, and that's like everybody in life. And some days it feels like the challenges really are too hard. But then there's the other side, the victories, the laughter, the small moments of triumph that remind us why we do this. As a family, we are so blessed to have Mimi in our lives, and she inspires us to be better, to love deeper, and to never ever give up.
We want to extend our deepest thanks to everyone who has helped in making our fundraising event a success, and all your contributions and your donations that you've made. Your generosity doesn't just provide therapy, it provides hope. It gives us the tools we need to help our Mimi and countless others like her to keep pushing forward.
Finally, to everyone out there, we just want to thank you for being part of the journey. Thank you for your kindness, your support, and believing in what we can achieve together. Thanks again, everyone, and enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
See you. Bye.
Well, there you go. Very special. It brings a tear to my eye because, you know, like I said, we don't all have easy lives. We can show on the exterior about how resilient we are, you know. We can show happiness, and we choose those things every day. We choose to get up. We choose to be happy. Jean knows that joy is, well, it's my middle name, but joy is something that I think that we can bring to each and everyone's lives. You know, we share this today not because I want you to just donate to Mimi's fundraiser. I think it is important, but what I think is more important is the support that we have for each and every one of each other all over the world. Okay, all over the world. Now, I know there were some parts probably within that movie you might not hear Renee properly, but please share it out. Let everybody know that you know, because you know that I came in for Miss Mimi when I joined ONPASSIVE for the platform Obless. Thank you, Jean. Yeah, I really appreciate it. We are a very close family, and it is that support and love. But what I found is that in my life, I've had some really bad downs in my life where I came from sexual, physical, and mental abuse in my younger years, right up until 2006 when I was in a domestic violence relationship that made me sit back and think to myself, what is happening in my life and what are the choices that I'm making? Because we have to stand up and acknowledge we are responsible for ourselves. We are responsible for the actions that we take. We are responsible for being able to move forward, and we need to stop putting that blame or blaming others for us staying where we are. Now, I'm not saying that there's some serious situations out there, whether it's through relationships or whether it's just life in itself. And sometimes life has a way of pushing you that far down that you think there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Believe you me, that you can get up, you are worthy, you are enough, and you deserve to live this life the way that you want to live it, and with lots of love. So you will find much love here in ONPASSIVE, but also, as you see tonight, Rod and Renee share from their heart. They have one boy and they have 4 girls, including Mimi. So all of their other children are either married or adults. Mimi is at home with one of their other girls who is a care provider for other families as well. Beautiful children. So tonight I want to ask you, if you do still want to donate, please pop over to narellewarcon.com/help Mimi walk. Like I said, Mimi is just one of lovely human beings. Missed it. Who will be helped by obless and the impact of her family and rip it out, all over the world, Jean. So I just want to talk a little bit about obless, and then we'll go to a video of Miss Mimi. But while I'm waiting for that to pop up, I just want to say that the reason I came into ONPASSIVE is because of obless. How many of you out there, if you want to put in where you're coming in from, if you want to put in, who you're going to help, how many people, is it family, is it somebody within your community? I would love to hear what you want to do to help others. I know that it's always been said, thank you, Kenton, I really appreciate that. I know it's always been said to fill your own pockets first, but I'm one of those people that would find that very difficult to just look after me first. I want to be able to take a percentage of something for myself to either, pay off the mortgage or do things like that, home improvements. But along the way, I help people and do want to help people along the way. So please pop into the chat as much as you can, as much as you want to share, anything that you would like to help with others. So when I came into ONPASSIVE, or the way that I found ONPASSIVE was a friend of mine. Like, I was running one of these fundraisers for Mimi, and back then you could do a fundraiser on Facebook. They no longer allow individual fundraisers now. It has to be through a company. So I was raising funds, and I had a friend who was already a friend on Facebook called Val Astle from New Zealand. Val was a friend of mine. We'd had many conversations, and Val reached out to me and said, Narelle, look, I can't help you financially at this stage, but I would love you to have a look at these videos. It was 2 videos that she sent through to me. They were both of Mike Ellis, and Mike explained things in a way that I thought, you know what, this could be something that would be able to help Miss Mimi raise those funds, or be able to receive funds, because at that time I didn't really know what ONPASSIVE was. I certainly know a little bit more now. But I wanted to raise funds. I wanted to help Miss Mimi. Those things are expensive. We all have kids that we raise normally, just general day-to-day stuff, and then you throw in a disability of cerebral palsy where Mimi has to have those expensive treatments to be able to keep her progressing. Now, there's a lot of people out there who can't afford that either. And remember those that will be able to help with that obless platform. So when I looked at these videos, I looked at the fact that of how I could help Mimi. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about a business. It wasn't about an extra income. And then as I got into ONPASSIVE and I started to learn more about the company, I started to listen more about who our CEO was, Mr. AshMufareh. And when I listened to him and heard his heart as to what he wanted to do, that's where things started to change for me. And it wasn't no longer just about me or about raising funds for Mimi, which is extremely important. It was about how I was going to help change the world, how I was going to bring that hope for humanity, which is part of the vision of our CEO, Mr. AshMufareh. So you can imagine the changes in me, if there was changes in yourself, how you felt about different things, how you progressed along. ONPASSIVE has blossomed, love all around the world. It's humbling to be a part of it, absolutely. And it is humbling because if you allow yourself to actually think about it, which I try not to, it sounds really weird, but if I do, I get quite emotional, because when you look at the people that you've met, the integrity, the transparency of our CEO, my biggest thing, and I was just talking about this today with my younger sister, about trust. Now, having come from bad relationships, sexual, physical, mental abuse, one of the things that you stop doing, and that is trusting people. And something, I suppose, as you get older, you start to put up these walls. It wasn't that I didn't love. I certainly had done so much work on myself. I wrote my book. I released my story of surviving and triumphing over sexual, physical, and mental abuse. It felt like 5 lifetimes of pain. You go forward and you keep moving forward, and you get up and you keep getting up, and you wonder when one day it might change. ONPASSIVE was that change for me. It allows me to be able to do more with those people who I now trust, because trust is something that is earned. It's not just something that you do, or maybe when you're younger you do. But as you get older, you start to learn that trust is something that's really important. And I tell you what, I couldn't trust a lot of these people any more than I do right now. And that brings me so much heart feelings, because, like I said, if you allow yourself to go there, it can become quite emotional. So let's not go there. Okay, Jean. To lift up humanity. So it's not just about changing our lives. And there's many on here. Look, I know people who come in from India and Bangladesh. Thank you so much for being here. Your support is incredible. It really is so good just to have the support from all around the world. Like I just read those donations where they came in. It wasn't just Australian people, it came in from everywhere. And that I am just so grateful for. So I'm just going to read a couple of these messages, and then we'll go over to a little movie. You have a very long list. Yeah, me too, Jean. Veterans, I think that's really important. In America, it seems that veterans are more honoured. I'm not saying it's not so here in Australia, because we just had Remembrance Day on the 11th of the 11th. They are there. I think Australia is a very rich country, as I've mentioned with many that I have shared their stories with. There are many people out there who have very rich countries, Papua New Guinea, the Cook Islands, those people who have come in from different places of beautiful cultures and very rich, but we have, greedy, power-hungry people who like to keep them below the poverty level. Let's just say that for now. I'm not going to go into politics or anything like that. And most especially a huge creative studio where people can come to explore and heal through the arts. That's so beautiful, Jean. I've always thought myself about one of my big goals was having a retreat where people can come from, say, women mainly, but open it up later on, for those who've lived through domestic violence or who are going through it, to give them back that ability to be able to love themselves again for who they are. Because like I said, you're all worthy, you are all special, you are unique, and you need to love who you are, because there's only one you. And God thought it was special enough to have one of you. So how special is that? But yeah, I thought about a retreat. I like the idea of, because I love gardens and things like that, of having different, like, 1-bedroom or tiny houses with different types of greenery, gardens and things like that, but a communal kitchen where people can learn to cook, and from different cultures, an art gallery where people can learn to express themselves through arts, a library where people can go and sit quietly, a massage place where people can go and have relaxation, things that they probably never had in their lives because they were either too scared to do it or they didn't have the money to do it. I think, we need to look at that for ourselves. Somebody asked me recently, I was asked on one of the interviews, what do you want to do for yourself? And I've always been a fairly big giver, so doing stuff for myself, and all I could say is I'd love to have a massage once a week. That, you know, that isn't going to break the bank, but right now that's something that, you know, we're unable to afford right now. And remember that, never say we can't do it, never say that it will never happen, because you don't know that. So if you want to say, I would love to have massages, I can't, I'm unable to afford it just yet. Okay, and just put that just yet on the end, because it makes a difference, rather than thinking that you'll never be able to afford it. Now, I just see, yeah, exactly. You and I are the same wavelength. We certainly are, Jean. That's why we connect so well. I want to do also a bit of a shout out for Marty and Chris. I also want to include Redfern into that. But for Marty and Chris, every day they're out there working hard and tirelessly for you guys, for us. You know, do you go and contribute? Do you go and, you know, like their pages? Do you subscribe to their channels? We all have YouTube channels, and if you are new to mine, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know, ring the bell, like it, share it if you think it's an information that you'd like to get out to people. I know today's a little bit of a bag of everything, because we've had Miss Mimi and we've had her beautiful parents on to share their story, but I really wanted to sort of bring home a little bit about ONPASSIVE and about Obless. Obless will change the world, and one of the biggest things, I suppose, is doing a GoFundMe for Mimi. They take money from that account. So if you donated money through GoFundMe, that's really, really lovely. However, there are funds that do come out. Now, it's not a great deal. It's, you know, they're not taking too much, but the thing is, with Obless, none of those fees will be applicable. And if you donate $100 to somebody, they're going to receive $100. And that's the difference. You know, can you imagine these companies, how much they make, even by taking a little bit? You know, they take $2.50 out of $100. Doesn't sound like much. You get a few donations and people, you know, donating. That soon adds up when you're talking about a worldwide crowdfunding platform. So that's where they make their money. So please, you know, just think about that. Think about the platform of Obless and how it's going to bless you. And please pass it on to many, that this is going to be something where they're not going to have to pay, you know, those fees, admin fees and things like that. If you have a look at some of the people who actually run many of those companies, you'll find that they are multimillionaires and luxury, live in the land of luxury. And beloved Robin Noble has always taught us to say yeah. She certainly has, and it sticks. You know, there's some things in your life that you hear and it just sticks. Like I said, Marty and Chris, I want to do a big shout out to them. Marty, thank you so much, and Chris, for being so supportive of me here in Australia, and for those in New Zealand and the surrounding islands as well. Without you guys, I don't know where any of us would be, because you are the glue that holds us together within the ONPASSIVE family. While Mr. Ash is out there, you know, working tirelessly with his team for us, you know, you guys and Red and a few others as well, that I don't want to name because I'll miss somebody for sure, but you're out there doing an amazing job in just bringing support, and also the videos going out in different languages from around the world, so that nobody is going to say, I didn't hear that. You know, there's so many that are supporting their country, their communities, their cultures. That is very honourable of you all. So thank you so much for that. Okay, so I won't go to the movie yet. I'm just going to duck over to my website quickly, because I want to be able to show you, if you are interested in having a look at my book. If you know somebody, you know, I get a lot of reviews coming in, where people, particularly women, it's a very relatable story to things that you may have been through in your life. I always say, if you're going to read my story, when you come to a part that's going to make you a little bit sad, then put the book down and ask this question: am I sad because of what Narelle's going through, or am I sad because of something that's coming up in you that you may not have shared before, or you dealt with, or you haven't dealt with? And just allow the tears to fall, because part of the healing process is to allow the tears to fall. that's when we start to release and we start to, I suppose, grow in a way. It's a hard to sort of say because each person's journey is a little bit different. But anyway, I'll just duck over here so that you can see. So I'm narellewarcon.com. I've had my website for quite some time, and as you can see, that's me and that's my book. You can buy it now by sending through or clicking on the buy now button. That will take you through. For those in Australia, it is a delivered price in there. If you want to go to Amazon, you can go and have a look for Blonde Roots, Narelle Warcon, and find me over on Amazon in your area if you have Amazon, which most do these days, and you can get a downloadable there. We will have the printable copy coming out through Amazon probably in the new year, so look out for that. If you do buy it from me, it is a signed copy, and I send all over the world. So it is a, I think I've sent to nearly every country now. It is an expensive thing. So if you do go through the website or come to me personally in Facebook Messenger, then I'll be able to guide you as to or find out what the postage is into your country. So this is my blog. I blog almost every day, except for the few days I was away in Bundaberg. I got a bit lackadaisy because I was spending time with family who I hadn't seen for some time. So all things are possible if you believe. Start believing in your dreams. Okay, our CEO, Mr. AshMufareh, says, dream bigger. And I think for me that was very hard because I'd never been allowed myself to really dream that big. But once you start, you can just add a little bit by little bit. You don't have to go straight from not having much to, oh my gosh, I can do all of this, just little bit by little bit. Or have a book where you can write it down when you think about something. So you have within you the power to change the world, and you absolutely do. I'm a firm believer in the good Lord above. He has been with me and changed my life in many ways and been there, that I'm still alive today after having open heart surgery. I am and will be starting my second book. It has been far too long. So you're never too old to sparkle. I like that one because none of us are ever too old to sparkle. So I have chosen to be happy because it is good for my health. And I've lived through some not so nice times. One of the things is we choose to be happy. Every day you have that choice, and you can actually, even if you wake up crabby, you still have a choice to turn it around. So just remember that. So that's my blogging there, as you can see, just nice, pretty, and they do have some really good wording in. So if I just go into this one here, it will open up, and then you can there's a little bit of reading in there, just something to help your day, help you feel a little bit better in your day. Just know that there are other people out there who are hurting. It's not all about you, but it's about taking claim of who you are, loving who you are more, and stepping up and going, this is not how my life will end, and making those choices. So like I said, you can buy the book. There it is there, Blonde Roots. You can contact me for any information or further information that you might need. And for those who have purchased it, and for those who have, I'll just go back to me. For those who have purchased and sent me reviews, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, I can. Hello. I'm back. Thank you so much. Look, we are having bad storms here. We've had some beautiful rain. What an absolute blessing. It has been dry here for so long that the grass is now brown. We've had some beautiful rain this afternoon, and we are expecting hello to Roy. Sorry, I am cutting out. Hi, Roy. Lovely to see you. So glad that you could pop in today, and for your support always. And for all of those who've joined me on social media, on my Facebook, LinkedIn pages, thank you so much for your support. Again, if you are new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, share, and ring that bell for notifications. We come back to you next Wednesday on Who, What, Where Wednesday. I have a special guest next week. I'm not going to announce them yet, but it's a lady here in Australia, originally from Papua New Guinea. So look out for that one. If you, like I said, if you ring the bell, it will send you the notification when I go live. And I do look forward to speaking with you all again. I hope you enjoyed today. I'd like to see some thumbs up if you, or some hearts. Let's do hearts, because I think hearts are really special. I hope you enjoyed today and me sharing a little bit about Obless and Miss Mimi and the fundraiser, and also Miss Mimi's parents coming to you today, Renee and Rod Howard. They are very special people, very special parents, and we need to support each other whatever you're going through. So you are very loved, and please reach out if you ever need just a chat, a chin wag as we call it here in Australia. We look forward to supporting each and every one of you as we move forward with ONPASSIVE. Remember, it is coming. You know, we just need to be patient, and we need to know that what is coming is going to change the world. So, and change your world, change your community, and bring about so much change for so many people. I know there's many of you hurting out there. I send prayers to you all every day. And again, reach out, and please, prayers are very powerful. There are many people in our community that need our prayers. If you watch Chris and Marty at night, Chris reads out a list of people who are going through some pretty tough times right now. A big shout out to our Robin Noble. We love you, Robin. And we are very much needing you here with us. So you just keep sticking in there, and we'll keep praying for you. For all of those who are having health issues and things like that, the prayers go out for you as well. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but again, thank you so much. Thank you for the hearts, Jean. Thank you for all those who've joined in and support me each week. It really is appreciated. I know that Australia and New Zealand are on the map, on the ONPASSIVE map, and many islands around. If you would like to have or share some part of your story, just reach out to me, Narelle Warcon, on Facebook in Messenger, or you can send me an email at live@narellewarcon.com, and I will get back to you there. Remember, your story is important. There's a lot of people that come on, or people that I've spoken to before, that think I don't really have anything to share. But you know what? Somewhere out there's a person waiting for you to share part of your story, because it will touch their heart. So sorry for the tired eyes today. I'm still recovering from the big trip away. The train travel knocks me around because you can't sleep on those trains. Those seats are horrible. So I'm still catching up and getting, back online and things like that. So I will see you around, and sending much love and a whole heap of blessings to you all. And thank you once more. I'll see you next week on Who, What, Where Wednesday. Bye for now.